Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the alternative to the US global plantation is growing, and that is growing with a nuclear power, who's joining China, Russia, India, Brazil, Iran, and others, South Africa, and so on. Many other countries that join and want to join BRICS, including Saudi Arabia, Turkey. All these countries seem to board ship and jump on the other alternative, which is, as I said, the Arab League Club. They know how the plantation is. They don't want to stay there anymore. They break out and they go to the other club in an attempt to be offered sovereignty, independence, freedom, and so on. Not that right now they don't have it. They have it, but they know that if they do something that really will oppose the big boss's narrative or intentions, they're going to be smacked. Now, what's going on here? We have the woodchuck. The woodchuck is Mr. Kim Jong-un. He is the leader, supreme leader, fantastic leader of North Korea. North Korea has nuclear weapons. North Korea has its own whatever it has over there. And Mr. Woodchuck congratulates and calls Putin, or urges Putin, or vows to hold Putin's little hand and walk together in the park, to go and play in the playground. So let's see what's going on here. It's serious, but anyway, I make it not to be serious. Reuters, this is from 1 hour ago. Today is the June 11, 2023. North Korea's Kim vows to, quote-unquote, hold hands with Putin for strategic cooperation. Now, you can just brush it off and say, psst, psst, psst. But you know that if you really seriously look at it, that's bad. And that's bad for us. Remember when these guys said that Russia is isolated? Or that, I don't know, North Korea is isolated. It seems like we isolated more countries than our little club. So our little club is, let's say, about 40 countries, and everybody else, or most other countries, are isolated from us. That is about 150 countries, all right? About, because the total number of countries on this planet is 193, give and take. Whenever some do this and do that, sometimes it's 194, sometimes 192. Nevertheless, 193. And these weasels here, European Union, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, Canada, and maybe Palau and Balabao and Sapalau, all these are no more than 50. Let's being generous, 50, okay? Then you have 143 on the other side. And in those 143 is isolated Russia, isolated China, isolated Iran, isolated North Korea or Iran, isolated everybody. It's ridiculous. So let's see what kind of strategic cooperation these guys are planning. Can you guess? My God, these people, man. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has vowed to hold hands, quote-unquote, with Russian President Vladimir Putin and bolster strategic cooperation on their shared goal of building a powerful country. State media KCNA reported on Monday. Powerful why? So they cannot be pushed around by whom? I wonder. Kim made the pledge in a message to Putin marking Russia's National Day, defending his decision to invade Ukraine and displaying, and I'm quoting, full support and solidarity. And I'm quoting Mr. Kim Jong-un, Mr. Woodchuck. Justice is sure to win, and the Russian people will continue to add glory to the history of victory. End quote. That's beautiful put. Kim said in the message published by KCNA. I mean, I like how this was. I have to put it in my repertoire when I beat someone up. Justice is sure to win, and I will continue to add to my past glory and victory. History of blah blah. Kim called for, and I'm quoting, closer strategic cooperation with Moscow, holding hands firmly with the Russian president in conformity with the common desire of the peoples of the two countries to fulfill the grand goal of building a powerful country, it added. Very interesting here, you see here, holding hands firmly with Russian president. That means he, Kim Jong-un, acknowledges Putin's equality as power. So I know he's a supreme leader and so on, but he doesn't consider himself above or below Putin, and that's great because he shouldn't. And it was great when Kim met, for instance, the American president, what's his name? Trump. That was great. Why? Always is good to communicate. But what do you want? You have interests behind that take care of everything. North Korea has sought to forge closer ties with the Kremlin and backed Moscow after it invaded Ukraine last year, blaming the, and I'm quoting, hegemonic policy and high-handedness of United States and the West. Well. So now you have certainly Kim Jong-un, the Woodstock and his country ready to join the alliance. So what are you going to do? I mean, North Korea knows what's going on in its neighborhood when the peacekeepers or the peace bearers show up in the neighborhood with their weapons, shooting with the booze, with the glass, with the bottle here, and with the coming in the neighborhood. Woohoo! South Korea, where are you? Oh, you're already there. Good job. Where are you? Japan? Oh, okay. You're bent over already. That's how United States shows up in the neighborhood, and they say that their national security is threatened by the countries, by them showing up in the neighborhood. You can't make up these things. So the point is, the isolated becomes more isolated by joining groups. Well, I said this for such a long time. The problem is these guys are either delusional, or they do it on purpose, or I don't know, they're just they don't understand what's going on. I mean, you gotta be really below 86 IQ not to understand what's going on outside of your little plantation. And they keep saying, oh, we're the best, without us the world will crumble. If you take United States out, and let's say all the other vassal states that sucks US's bonbon, you take them out, let's say they don't exist. Do you think that the rest of the planet will just crumble tomorrow? We're going to get into what, savagery or something? It's just going to be anarchy, and the power of US is the one that actually holds everyone together in a peaceful, law-abiding, whatever, order. Is that what it is? It's a global, how do they call it? I don't want to call it that way, New World Order or anything like that, as Bush called it. But they call it now rule-based, global, blah, blah, blah. Without the United States, everything will crumble. I mean, you got to be delusional. It's like leave your boyfriend, or you leave your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, and the other person says, I leave you, without me, you're going to be dying. You're going to be... What are you talking about? That's a big world out there. The same here. Unless you think you're delusional, thinking that you're the only one or the best available, then yes, you might think that way. So the same here. These guys are still, I can't remember how many years ago, 2-3 years, the Americans, I can't remember what Weasel said, oh, we're going to isolate Russia, let's isolate Russia. And I know that Putin was asked in one of his interviews, Putin or Lavrov, I think Putin, and Putin said, did you look on the map? Did you look how big Russia is? How can you isolate it? It's a big world out there. I mean, it's just, but some people don't understand it. So that's why this kind of thinking, sticks. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.